Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into the ultimate expert's playbook for passing the CPC exam in 2026. Now, let's just rip the Band-Aid right off, okay? If you're looking for a quick hack or some magical cheat code to pass this thing overnight, you're not going to find it here. The CPC exam is specifically designed to test whether you can genuinely think like a medical coder. Beating it requires time, consistency, and a highly specific strategy.
Like our source material bluntly puts it, there is no secret code where you can just memorize these 10 things and you're going to pass. Why? Because the 2026 medical coding job market is more competitive than ever. Employers aren't just checking a box to see if you have a piece of paper. They want to know exactly where you trained, what your foundation looks like, and if you can actually handle complex real-world scenarios. They want comprehensive training. So if your goal is to genuinely land a job and build a career, we've got to look past the shortcuts.
To get you truly career-ready, here is our playbook. We're covering core foundation, strategic exam prep, pacing and simulation, exam day logistics, and finally, a concrete action plan.
Let's jump right into step 1, core foundation. Simply put, don't run a marathon without training.
Think of the CPC exam exactly like a marathon. You wouldn't just wake up one day and run 26 miles, right? Well, jumping straight into study guides without actually learning the underlying code sets first is a total recipe for disaster. You absolutely must be comfortable with a huge breadth of prerequisite knowledge. We're talking anatomy, medical terminology, basic compliance, and insurance. And of course, the big three, ICD-10-CM, CPT, and HCPCS Level 2, plus all the modifiers. You really cannot piece this together by hacking advice from random internet forums. Official study guides are built for people who already know this stuff. They do not teach you medical coding from scratch. The reality is, building this robust foundation is going to take a few months. Because of that, our source highly recommends using structured, self-paced programs that perfectly align with AAPC guidelines. For instance, programs like Preppy offer a fully online, step-by-step course so you aren't just bombarded with random information. Plus, when you finish a structured program like that, you often walk away with a certificate of completion from an accredited university, along with career assistance. That makes you incredibly attractive to those 2026 employers.
Moving right along to step 2, strategic exam prep. This is the crucial 4 to 6 week window before test day.
Notice the critical timeline shift here. You spend months building that foundation, right? But the second you finish, you need to schedule your exam for just a few weeks out, so all that core material stays totally fresh in your brain. During this 4 to 6 week stretch, your mindset has to completely flip. You're no longer learning medical coding from scratch. You are now learning the exam itself. You're shifting into strict exam mode, focusing purely on structure, format, and what's most likely to pop up on the test. And to do this effectively, you absolutely need to stick to official AAPC materials. Their study guides and practice exams show you the true question style and exact wording. A lot of those cheap third-party knockoffs out there just completely miss the mark on the AAPC's formatting. Oh, and a huge pro tip from the source. Keep an eagle eye out for their biannual bundle sales. A couple times a year, the AAPC drops a massive discount bundling an exam voucher, an ebook study guide, and official practice exams. If you see that deal, grab it immediately.
The guide also points out something absolutely vital. You have to master the platform navigation tutorial. When you buy your voucher and get your notice to schedule, the AAPC will email you a link to a tutorial for their testing software. Do not skip this. People literally fail the exam because they don't know how to skip a question and come back to it later just because they ignored the tutorial. There is nobody on exam day to hold your hand and teach you how to click the buttons. You've got to know the software inside and out before you even sit down.
Okay, step 3, pacing and simulation. This is all about training for the clock.
The CPC exam is exactly 4 hours long. That means you have absolutely zero time to waste trying to figure out the testing platform on the fly. It also means you're going to need incredible stamina and razor-sharp time management.
Now, the magic number you need to remember here is 25. To build your speed and avoid total exam day panic, you need to train yourself to complete 25 questions every single hour. Set a 1-hour timer on your phone and tackle a chunk of a practice exam. If you aren't hitting 25 questions in that hour, well, you know you need to pick up the pace. Getting this rhythm locked in before the big day stops you from second-guessing every single option and getting bogged down in the weeds. When you do take those mock exams, please do not just check your final score and move on. You really need to ask yourself, what am I actually missing? Are you constantly bleeding points in cardiology? Are you struggling with evaluation and management? Is anesthesia tripping you up? You have to analyze your missed questions by specialty. Go back, read the rationales for those exact questions, and really understand the core concept you missed.
To get the absolute most out of these simulations, you need to create a totally distraction-free testing environment. No second monitors, no cell phones ringing, just you and the exact resources you're allowed to have on test day. Treat it like the real deal. Also, don't forget to use the resources you already own. If you skipped over the even-numbered practice questions in your textbook during your initial training, go back and do them now. Revisit those chapter reviews. You would be amazed at the concepts that suddenly click the second time around when you have a broader understanding of the whole picture.
All right, step 4, exam day logistics. The main goal here? Prevent disqualification.
Honestly, the saddest thing highlighted in our source material is seeing someone study for months only to get disqualified before they even answer a single question. You generally have two choices for taking the test: remote live proctoring or in person. If you test remotely, the rules are unbelievably strict. You have to physically disconnect extra monitors, clear your entire room of unapproved items, and run a full system test on your computer beforehand. Now, if you test in person, you need to know exactly what to bring: your approved physical code books, a valid photo ID, and the expectation that personal items like your keys or your coffee will likely need to stay in a locker outside the room.
The source material drops a really stark warning here. I have seen people get disconnected and lose their attempt because of technical issues or things in their room. Guys, people genuinely lose their attempts and hundreds of dollars just because they had a banned item sitting nearby during a remote exam. Read the AAPC's setup instructions perfectly. Please do not let a silly technicality ruin months of your hard work.
And finally, step 5, the conclusion and action plan.
The CPC exam pulls from a massive, randomized bank of over 1,000 questions. There's literally no way to just memorize your way out of this. Instead, follow this crisp 3-part action plan for 2026. Number 1, build a solid foundation. Take the months necessary to truly learn the code sets from the ground up. Number 2, commit to consistent practice. Analyze your weak spots by specialty and train yourself to hit that 25 question per hour pace. And number 3, execute a clear strategy. Stick to official current AAPC materials. Do not rely on cheap, outdated study guides hacked together from 2019 that you found in some random online forum. The quality just isn't there, and it will absolutely hurt you on exam day.
So, I want to hear from you now. Are you currently studying for the CPC exam? Where exactly are you in your journey? Are you deep in the trenches of foundational training, or are you in that critical 4 to 6 week exam prep mode? Drop a comment below and let me know. Committing your current status to writing is a fantastic way to hold yourself accountable. Keep studying hard, stay focused, and use this playbook to crush your exam. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer, and I'll catch you on the next one.